On Sunday, December 4, 2016, Rosemere Silva, age 32, and Udirley Damasceno, age 30, intended to marry in a rural area near São Paulo, Brazil. In a bid to surprise both her groom and their guests, the bride opted to make a grand entrance at the wedding ceremony via helicopter. However, moments before the ceremony was to commence, a tragic event occurred that irrevocably altered the destiny of the newlyweds. Rosemere and Udirley crossed paths 3 years prior to this significant day in 2013. Notably, their romantic relationship didn't blossom until 2 years later, in 2015. Rosemere, a nurse, and Udirley, a locksmith, attended the same evangelical church, but had never engaged in conversation. After exchanging glances within the church, they finally went on their first date about a year after their initial meeting. The young couple announced their engagement shortly afterward and embarked on planning their wedding. For Rosemere, her wedding ceremony was meant to unfold exactly as she had envisioned it. A pivotal part of her dream was to arrive at the venue by helicopter, descending from the sky to surprise both her future husband and all the invited guests. She was thrilled about this idea, though only a select few knew about it, her future husband included, who was unaware of her grand entrance plan. A few weeks prior to the wedding, Rosemere approached a company specializing in light commercial helicopters. They quoted her a price of 1,800 Brazilian reais, roughly equivalent to $400, for a 20-minute helicopter flight. Consequently, the wedding ceremony was set for Sunday, December 4, 2016. On this day, before boarding, Rosemere took some time for a brief photo session. The journey will be from Osasco to the wedding venue located in the grounds of Recanto Beija-Flor in São Lourenço da Serra. Accompanying Rosemere were 2 individuals privy to the helicopter flight. Her older brother, 40-year-old Silva, who was entrusted with escorting her to the altar, and the wedding photographer Nela Neves, who was in her 6th month of pregnancy. The pilot was Peterson Pinheiro, an experienced flyer. It's approximately 3:30 p.m. and the weather is clear and sunny. Everyone on board, including the pilot, is in high spirits. The bride looks happy, and so does her older brother. However, Silva is worried about flying, but agreed to do it because he wanted to support his sister. As we can see, the weather began to deteriorate along the route, with fog and drizzling rain ahead. The bride's brother is a little nervous during the flight through the fog. The photographer is also nervous and asks the pilot several questions about the situation they find themselves in. The bride's brother remains visibly nervous as the weather outside the aircraft worsens significantly. Rosemere appears completely calm throughout these challenging circumstances. As seen from here, the visibility is so bad that almost nothing can be seen outside the helicopter. At one point, Rosemare's brother starts to get very nervous, but Rosemere stays calm and holds her brother's hand. Outside, there is heavy fog, making it harder to control the helicopter. The photographer, Nela Neves, is optimistic and has confidence in the experienced pilot. The pilot is now flying completely blind. All of a sudden, something happens and the helicopter begins to fall rapidly. Eight fire engines rushed to the scene, but nothing could be done to save the 4 occupants. Guests at the wedding were later told a plane had crashed nearby, but at first thought it was an unconnected incident. The groom went into shock when he was told the sad news by the pastor at the altar.
Make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell to receive more content like this. Also, check out other videos as we continue exploring mysteries, incidents, and crimes.